Right, so you're here to find a quick and easy way to play and understand Arlecchino. So this video will just be that. So we'll start with stats. Build her like any other traditional DPS, but don't be afraid to have that little bit more of HP than usual, since it might help with surviving the lack of heal that you'll be getting on her. In terms of weapons, best in slot is of course Crimson Moon's Semblance, but traditional choices like Jade Spear and Homa will also be usable. 4-star choices on the other hand are pretty limited apart from Deathmatch, which is unfortunate because it's a battle pass weapon, but something like Wavebreaker's Fin might serve really well as a more F2P choice. Moving on to artifacts, of course the best choice you'll have is Fragment of Harmonic Whimsy with the Bond of Life 4-piece bonus. But as for now, the Crimson set and Gladiator or a mix of those two will do just as well as a placeholder, but you'll definitely want to work towards that 4-piece Harmonic Whimsy down the line. As per usual when it comes to DPS builds, you go for attack percent Sands, pyro damage bonus Goblet, and use crit rate or crit damage Circlet depending on which one you're sorely lacking. I would say a 50 to 60% crit rate is a good enough threshold for you to reach before you start chasing for more of that crit damage. Now, playstyle. Arlecchino shares that of the same playstyle as Alhaitham does, where they have to cycle through their skill and then use their ult to consistently activate a certain mechanic that will in turn maintain their elemental infusion. For Alhaitham, it's his mirrors, while for Arlecchino, it's her Bond of Life. I'll go through a playthrough of the new artifact domain with Arlecchino because I think that domain really showcases how you would want to play with her. So, first off, you would want to use her E to gain that initial Bond of Life absorption that should give you the necessary 30% needed to activate her Pyro infusion. Of course, in non-domain circumstances, you want to keep attacking to consistently shave off that cooldown off of her E. But alternatively, and this is probably how you want to be playing with her, you can also ult instead to reset the cooldown, clear off the Bond of Life that you have on her, and then heal. You essentially repeat this process afterwards. A good enough team should allow for your Arlecchino to regain the energy of her ult after the end of all your rotations, since it doesn't cost all that much with all the reactions you should be able to do with her. Now, moving on to team synergy, this one is both tricky yet also pretty straightforward. Shield sustains are probably gonna be your way to go, and pure healers are basically a no-go since she can't take any other form of healing other than the one she gets from her ultimate once you're in battle. But pseudo healers who are mainly sub DPSs like Farina and Jingqiu will still work really well with her since you can use their healing to tend to your other characters instead. Raiden is also a nice choice for easy and constant damage, and Bennett can still act as a good battery and buffer for her damage. On another case, Charlotte's ultimate could also serve really well as a melt support, but I personally haven't really tried it because I haven't built my Charlotte, so feel free to give that a go. Just remember that you will most likely spend 90% of your on-field time with Arlecchino, so treat her as a huge hyper carry and have a team that doesn't need much setup and uses very little time to go around their skills. It's a good thing that her Bond of Life stays unless they are removed, and since her infusions simply rely on having enough amount of those Bond of Life, you can pretty much maintain your Pyro infusion even if you switch off her. So overall, pretty handy mechanics. And that's about all you need to know to start playing Arlecchino. I hope this video has helped you, and good luck for anyone out there who's both trying to build their Arlecchino or is just about to pull for her. Until the next video, my name is Leafy and I'll see you next time. Sayonara.